the principal of the university at the recent Arts and Culture launch, because we've just launched an arts and culture strategy, which is very important for the university, and we've just signed a memorandum of understanding with Darren Henley, Chief Executive of Arts Council England. We're one of the only 4 universities, I think, in Great Britain to have done so, and the only university in London to have done so. And at that launch, the principal said, science is important for life, arts make life worthwhile. We are talking at this very moment in time a lot around England, particularly in schools, about student well-being. Student well-being is always an issue. And yet at the very same time as talking about student well-being and needing to raise student well-being, we are reducing access to arts learning. That's a fundamental problem, because it's in the arts that you find well-being. So any university that wants to support well-being will make sure that the arts are flourishing and that students can have access to the arts, because they carry with them a whole range of transferable skills that we know are ad infinitum. But they also give students an opportunity for relaxation, stimulus, progression, and they can take these on in a whole host of ways. And you've got a lot of students who might be very, very good musicians. They've studied music throughout their early lives, but they choose not to go into the very precarious world of music profession, and they might want to do something else, but they don't want to give up the skills that they've lost in music. So that's where we come in. We actually make sure that that can continue, they can develop those skills, but they can also actually get a lot of fun and a lot of stimulation and all the rest of it that we know. The music department at Queen Mary is quite unique, and music making is quite unique, because Queen Mary University is a very unusual university within the university sector. I mean, it's the most unusual university in the Russell Group of universities, but it also is one of the most multicultural universities in the world. I think, well, I don't think I know, that multicultural dimension makes the university a particularly beautiful place. And I've often wondered why that is, but I think because there are so many people from all sorts of different backgrounds and walks of life and different places, that there is a natural interest in being polite and respectful to each other and yet welcoming. So it's unique in that way, but that also means that we as a music department are wanting to make sure that the range of musical activities is ever increasing to reflect that range of multiculturalism. That doesn't mean that we diminish ever anything that we've got. It means that we're constantly growing. And I think that's a special way in which we're doing it. We're also not a department that is constantly looking to make cuts in what we're doing. We're actually thinking, how can we actually increase and improve, enlarge and grow? And one of the things in the music department's strategy is to make a world-class music department, and that is an aim that we are doing, and we're on our way toward that. I think any aspect of work should be enjoyable. If you enjoy your work, then you want to do it, and you will actually work harder. So we do have a lot of fun, so there's a social side, but that doesn't stop us making sure that the standards are always rising. So we purposefully are ambitious in what we do. This year, for instance, we did Stravinsky's The Firebird. Well, that was harder than anything we've done before, but the pieces that we did last year were harder than we'd done previously, and we will continue to do that. And this year we did Beethoven's Seventh Symphony, and it was the Music Society that said, can we do Beethoven's Seventh Symphony? I was a little bit anxious about doing it, but then we went with the flow, and they did a fantastic job, and quite right too. We make sure that we don't diminish the standard of what we do. I always believe that if you raise the game and you put students or anybody into a public setting, they have to survive, and they will rise to the challenge. And if they can actually do that, which they invariably always do, if they can do that, that's a wonderful thing in life, because as they go on, they will always want to do something that is at the best and the highest possible achievable standards, and they will be able to do it. Another very important aspect of music making is its public-facing role. And any university that wants to demonstrate itself in that public way, often music is a particularly important and very valuable way, an immediate way of doing so. We do a lot of public engagement activity, and apart from being involved in ceremonies and all of those sorts of things that we do, and I'm giving the concerts that we do, but we also have a very close interaction with a lot of research departments, whether it is the Centre for Digital Music or whether it is actually something like the Centre for the History of Emotions. It might be the Confucius Institute, which we have got a lovely relationship with, or whatever department it might be. Child migrant stories, telling us things that we might not expect to know. So all of these aspects bring another multidimensional quality to the music making. I think one of the things that you will see with the students is that they have a natural ability to communicate. And whatever it is that they're studying here, whatever subject, music allows you, it enables you to communicate in a very special way. You have to do it, and you're expected to do it, and you just do it. So the transferable skills of music, apart from the fact that it is extremely good to your well-being and your health, your mental health and all the things around it, but it actually encourages you and enables you to be a much better person. And I think one of the beautiful things about Queen Mary, and you know, it's not a thing that you would say about universities, a beautiful thing. I mean, you don't necessarily use that term. But one of the beautiful things about Queen Mary is the public good that it serves. And music serves the public good. Music serves the students' good, and it serves the community's good. So it has a multifarious role. The way in which the technologies at Queen Mary's Centre for Digital Music, they are the most innovative you can find on planet Earth. And I don't want to go into the huge range and examples of what they do, but it is quite fascinating. And whenever I see the work that goes on, it's exceptional. It's at the very highest level, and it's not what you would expect. And I think people have presumptions about musical activities, music making, musical involvement, musical participation, and those preconceptions, because of the nature, as I say, of the university as a whole, are quite different to most other places.